Vice City, baby. That's right. We're hitting the streets in nostalgia hard. I'm talking Ron Jeremy hard. I'm talking 1980s just hard. I'm talking Kathleen Turner hard, baby. Oh. Maybe not that hard. Tommy Vercetti is back in town. It's the 1980s, the time of Scarface, cocaine, and the Hawaiian shirt. We're fresh out the joint and ready to groove, baby. I want to remind you fellas what made this game a classic today, and with the announcement of GTA 6, and finally, we're seeing the return of this beautiful city, Vice City. The story takes you down the life of newly released and mob-associated Tommy Vercetti, who's been sent to Vice City to stay out of the way and clean up house, baby. The personal life and the mob life are two separate things. One moment we're hitting on snitches and starting riots.
A lot of this was unrealistic. First of all, these are guys that they're working stiffs.
That wouldn't have happened. I'm going to be honest with you, that wouldn't have happened. Then we're handcrafted 1980s cinema and enjoying the vibes. Characters are far more memorable this time around than the previous installment. We got Cowboy, we got Stumpy Narco Man, Love Fist, Vance Lance Dance, and don't forget, Candy Sucks. Christ, I love Miami. The dialogue in the game and in the cutscenes, as janky as the game may appear, is driven by the all-star cast behind this game. Ray Liotta, Danny Dyer, Gary Busey, Lee Majors, Burt Reynolds, Luis Guzman, Danny Trejo, many more, but we're just getting started, baby. We just started cooking. Don't want to get you too excited. Vice City was the first GTA with customization, and my god, do they remind you. No opportunity is missed to dress Tommy up like Johnny Sins. He takes up every role. Here to fix the plumbing, man. But really disguising yourself as a rich boy, then hit and run mugging all of them fucking blind. It's peak! It's peak! AI is, a little rough around the edges. I meant to follow this guy. Oh my god. Get back in the car, man. Lance has clearly caught some mild case of Down syndrome and doesn't seem to do anything other than put himself in the fucking firing line.
I feel you're not giving me a fair slice.
Lance, maybe if you weren't in my crosshair every fucking 5 minutes, buddy. These fragile young souls just can't help but be taken. Phil, get in! No, Phil! But the charm of this game. If you grew up with Vice City, you're gonna have that special song that reminds you of this game and sweet simple times. They actually solved the big issue with even modern GTA of what the fuck do you do with all that money? Obviously, not GTA Online. Haha! But seriously, millions, billions, tucked away for a couple of 9mm mags and a $1 burger.
Hola, Zorro! My life is meaningless. Take the food, pal.
When you die, you lose your weapon, so replacing these puppies is a constant need. Along with the new business enterprises in the game, you'll be the first financial guru of the times. Each business has got its own side missions. I don't get why these weren't in GTA 5 and GTA 4. The business mindset, that's what you need. Well listen, Mark, these are some of the best additions they've made to the franchise in years. And they took it away. And they were dropped for over 10 years. Why? Because it was ahead of its time. The world wasn't ready to flip cars while removing bras, sell cones and answering phones. Ready though, stop calling me. They may not be the most exciting thing, but each one just adds more character and flavor to the game. The Malibu, which is a bitch to get, saving up for hours AFK to get that passive income, but don't stay out of sight too long. Before you know it, an infested whore snuck her way into my 6-figure monster. Just sat there draining my fucking money. Where the fuck's all my money going? Whore! Get on the fucking ground, meat curtains. Anyway, the Malibu. The hottest club in all of Vice City, and one of the best missions to go with it. The bank heist. This mission set the stage for the future of Grand Theft Auto. This wasn't just a car theft game anymore. This was the whole package, baby. Each mission isn't nearly as repetitive as GTA 3. A lot more variety this time around. Fuck the army, fuck the gangs, fuck the chefs.
Come here, you.
The story this time around is so much more interesting. Maybe because in this game your character actually talks.
That mute asshole.
You get to know the characters and watch Tommy go through all the cliche 80s moments on his quest to the top. Woo! Listen, man, at the top, gotta have the cojones. Is that Australian? The final fucking mission is basically the ending to Scarface. Instead, this time, Tony wins. How you feel, baby? Tony Montana. Tony Montana. Lance sells you out to the mob you work for, and before you can say, hey, Lance, where you going? This man gets blasted from existence. Big Boss Sonny does his big speech, then after 9 attempts, here we are. Just me and Ken against the world. The cars, would you believe it, has that 80s Miami poster theme of supercar, and golf cart. My personal favorite? Well, when you get down to it all, the beasts, the animals of speed. I'd have to say, without a doubt, the gang burrito. Without a doubt, it's got to be the gang burrito. This Mexican-powered V8 will get you anywhere in no time. The camera doesn't move, so we are taking corners with a wing and a prayer. But when you're getting slapped around and can't control that 9-liter pussy wagon, you might want to remember that Tommy Vercetti has the legs of an Olympian. This man could take on a Bugatti. He's so fast, the drift off a small curb will cause him damage.
What?
I can't say the same for the bikes, specifically the bike races. What the fuck is this? I brake, I steer aggressively into the nearest wall. These logs with wheels are fucking unbearable. But not only did it bring a generation of music to modern ears that could christen a drug lord's uprising, but making Michael Jackson a star again. Haha, it's okay, baby, it's the 80s. Those kids are still tucked firmly in that sack. I fully believe that this game has the best soundtrack of all time. The sheer volume of artists and music I've picked up from this game. Dad was nowhere to be seen, but flock of seagulls were flapping at my ears regardless, fellas. Iron Maiden, Brooke James, bitch, Ozzy Osbourne, and one song that could unite a whole continent. As this is the PS2 version, the controls for the guns require the same skill as piloting a Spitfire. Oh my fucking god. The lightest breath from the smallest, weakest child would make this thing spin out of control. It is so fucking sensitive. Stop crying! Now with the assault rifles, you have to stand still and shoot. And when you can't line it up, you just stood there, flicking between two sides of his head, because I just can't get what feels like these big fucking clumpy stumps of a finger to aim in between. SMGs are a lot easier to use with a lock-on aim, but yes, there's a but. You can't move the camera. Oh well. That doesn't really matter. It does! It does matter! Because they have to be in your vision for the lock-on, so I'm running in circles around these fucking pricks constantly. The approach of buy armor beforehand and let your nuts breeze as you run through D-Day trying to get an aim lock is still supreme. The water does have a small issue, as in, you can't. You just can't.
What a shitty idea.
With the boats, speedboats, and big floats, you'd think a game basically set on sun and beach would have figured this out. And I'd let it go. If they didn't make this shit look so inviting. Look at it. It's tropical or some shit. Turtles in there, fish and shit. But the game is way harder than you would remember. The small Hellfun cars and the 3 bullets it takes to kill Tommy from close range.
I've melted!
And the stiff aim of a 90-year-old war veteran. But my god, is it still good. Police will tear you to shreds. There is zero existence behind those eyes. And they have the heart of a true kamikaze.
It's just horseshit.
But the grip on the handle of that car. Oh, I'm at the mission. Nice. You're under arrest, you fucking kid-touching scumbag! My god, they must be choking their dicks at night. They just won't let go. Germany wouldn't have stood a chance if a man like this was there. Your girlfriend could put you to bed in gym jams and I guarantee you'd feel less emasculated than when this happens. I can even be doing their fucking job for them while I'm in the chase.
Get off me, pussy!
Vigilante takes a trip down memory lane on what days on the Miami PD were like. Just fucking hot bitches and catching crims with chest hair and a mustache. The phone booth is the classic assassination mission.
Tommy, you won't fucking believe it. This motherfucker's put pepperoni next to fucking pineapple on his goddamn pizza. Kill that motherfucker!
Then ends with me taking down a whole operation like the Punisher. Even the gun variety is beyond expectations. Just when you think you're out of shit to find. Oh look, there's a flamethrower. Taxi Driver, starring Robert De Niro, is a clear motivator with this, as every trip is costing souls. The taxi missions, though, will teach you more of a lesson about gangs.
What do I do? What do I do? Oh my god. Is that the taxi boss?
Quentin Tarantino wasn't around at the time. Not because this motherfucker was a child, but because Tommy Vercetti was on the scene. Gulp Fiction, Reservoir Bitch, and Once Upon a Time in Vice City. Who could top this man? It was these kind of missions that cemented the goof and soul that made GTA what it is. The RC mission, I'll mention because you almost have to, but I don't think it's as difficult as you remember. The controls seem like shit, obviously, but it is a lot easier than you think. The one in San Andreas, I'd still kill a man. The graphics are ass, there's no denying that. This is prime 2002 on that. But truthfully, I love it. The bright colors, the music, the personality this game has, the soul it possesses. Like, look at his little shirt flapping. Look at it. My eyes might be burning at times, but you name me a game in the last 20 years that had the same level of atmosphere as this blocky mess. Seriously, what the fuck happened to his hand? But even after not touching this baby for years, it'll still give you a big old smack of nostalgia. That yes, some aspects have aged like big titties, but the game still holds up for anyone that wants to give it a go. From the look of the new Vice City, I'm more than excited to see it, baby. But then again, I guess we'll have to see if I'm still breathing by then. The real problem is why you can't buy this game anymore. You have to get the fucking definitive edition. And even as a pack of 3, 60 bones for a pack of 3 mobile games. Go fuck yourself, Rockstar. The graphics looked fucking worse. It just lost all its feel. The redesigning on the characters, like, look how fucking fat he is. It was a closer remaster to The Simpsons Hit and Run than GTA for me. What baffles me most is there are countless fucking modders out there that not only put their time in, but do it for free, and all they do is get a lawsuit for the door and a big fuck you. Grove Street Games are a big bag of smelly dog poo. These soulless fucking games are embarrassing. It made out to be a fucking cartoon.
You got nothing to say till I tell you. Unless I ask you a direct question.
I still have to recommend playing the original version, all glitches and bugs included. It's a goof, I ain't lying about that. But when the wind's blowing from my hair, wave 103 on the blaster, and oh for fuck's sake!